Hi there, Tracy here from the West Grade Public Library. Thank you for joining me here live for our gentle chair yoga session. Today we'll be using a book as a prop. So just any size book, if you can. If you don't want to use that or you don't have one available right with you, that's okay. You can still follow along. But if you just want to take a moment just to gather one, you can have it close by, and we'll just set that down for a moment and we'll use it shortly. So just take a moment when you're ready, just making sure that your chair is in a really sturdy position where it's not going to wheel away or roll away on you or slide, that you can come to the edge of your chair where you're not slouching back in, you have a little bit of space to sit nice and tall, and where your feet can plant down firmly onto the ground. A little bit of space between your knees, and just take a moment just to settle into a nice tall posture and a nice relaxed posture. So we'll just start by dropping the chin, feeling your stuff still long and tall through the spine here, and then lifting the chin to the sky. And then dropping the chin. We'll pair this with an out breath, so find your exhale here. And then an inhale as you lift the jaw, lift the chin, and exhale, dropping that back down. Just finding a nice stretch to the chest and the back of the neck. Slowing the movement down, slowing your breath down. And then just coming up to center and turning the head from side to side. So just enjoying that nice stretch. And maybe turning the eyeballs as well, just to also give them a stretch from side to side. Just nice and slow here. And then coming through center, we'll drop one ear over to a shoulder. Just find a nice comfortable place and extend that opposite arm. And just finding a nice stretch to the side of the neck. And then while we're here, we'll just start to move the palm towards the sky, and then move the palm back down towards the earth and maybe facing back behind you. So moving all the way from the shoulder to the tips of the fingers, just feeling into the different stretches or sensations that offers. Just moving slowly here. Just adjusting your head into whatever position is most comfortable for that stretch. Nice. And then just release from that, come up through center. We'll take that to the other side, so dropping the ear towards the shoulder, extend the opposite arm, palm faces down for just a moment. And then again, just finding that movement of rolling the arm and the shoulder back with the palm to the sky, palm back down towards the ground, and then maybe even back behind you. So feeling a variety of sensations along the arm and the neck here. Just breathing softly. Nice. And then releasing from that, just bringing everything back up to center. And we're going to take the hands now, we'll press them out in front of you. So stretch the fingers, open them up wide, and as you send the fingers to the sky, you may feel some sensation or stretch along your forearms. So just finding that for a moment, keep the shoulders relaxed and just breathing softly. And then turn the fingers down towards the floor and just feel it pressing through the tops of your hands. And then we'll inhale and open the arms wide. And then exhale as you bring them back, and then fingers again towards the sky. and then press through your palms towards the screen, and then round your spine. Tuck your chin, let your kind of tailbone tuck under here. And then we'll inhale, sit tall, and find a little bit of a back bend as you bring the hands towards the side ribs of the armpits a little bit, maybe chest and the gaze lifts. And then exhale, press and round again. Inhale, pulling that back. You can even make a fist with the hands and squeeze as you draw that towards you, finding a back bend. And then press and round. You can pair your breath with this. Inhale to open. Exhale, press and round. Just allowing yourself to get in a little rhythm here with this. Nice, and then release from that, just let your arms come down. We're now going to have the arms out in front with the fingers just pointing forward, the palms down. We'll cross one arm over top and give yourself a hug. And then we're going to open as you draw the elbows back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. When you reach forward and give yourself a hug in the opposite direction, we'll have the opposite arm on top. So maybe grabbing towards the back of the body, elbows lifted, shoulders relaxed, and then open that and giving that squeeze again behind the shoulder blades. And just taking that to a few rounds, opening and closing that. You may round and back bend here. You may just kind of keep that into the arms and the shoulders. And one more time, opening that up and giving yourself a hug. Nice. And let's just shake that out a little bit. Just give your shoulders a little wiggle, flick through the hands. Nice. And if you have your book with you, we're going to use that as just a little extra prop here. All right, so we're going to have the book out in front of us. We're going to take it in our right hand. We can let the left just release down for a moment. We're going to turn and reach that back as if you were passing it to someone behind you. And you'll also turn and twist the spine with that. Bring it back forward, pass it to your other hand, and then reach back behind you, passing that behind you. Just continuing with that. So opening to a twist to reach that book back behind you. Keep your gaze on the book. Just allowing yourself to focus on the movement. Giving your mind something to anchor onto, the book. If you don't have the book, just maybe watching your thumb as you reach back each time, nice and slow. Nice, one more time to each side here. Nice, and then holding onto that book, let's reach the arms up, overhead, soften the elbows and the shoulders. Find a little bit of a press down through your feet and through your seat, lengthening your spine here. And we'll begin to bend to one side. Still feel really anchored through your low body and really secure in your seat. And then come up to center and over to the other side. And then we'll inhale back up to center. Exhale to the opposite side again. Inhale to center. Exhale, opposite direction. So just finding your breath nice and slow here. Nice, and then release that down. Take the hands down. take this in one hand and we'll reach it up overhead. And then you're going to swing this behind you. So just be mindful if you have some items or an arm on your chair, swinging that behind you and then swinging that forward to lift it up. So just finding the mobility here in the arm, just rising that up and back as far as you have available, down alongside you, and pressing it back behind you, again, as much as it feels available. This can turn into kind of a sway or a swing. You can do that quickly or nice and slow. Just taking a break if your arm is feeling tired. Just do this for a few more on this side. Nice. Release that, just let that shoulder relax, and we'll switch to the other side. So bringing the book forward, and then swinging the book behind you. Bringing the book forward and up, and then back. You may notice one side, maybe your more dominant side feels a little bit more tight. Just be patient with yourself. Just breathing gently here. Nice, few more like this. Nice, we'll reach that up overhead, and then again with your other arm. And we'll exhale, bringing both arms down. We're gonna inhale, lift that up, pass it to your other hand. Exhale, hand and book come down. So switching from side to side, breathing in as you come up, switch. Exhale, breathing out as the arms come down. Just continuing with this. Finding a nice reach through the body. But also just staying fairly relaxed as well through the shoulders. And we'll do this one more time. And exhale, bring it all down. Nice. And then I'll have you step your legs right together here, and that you still feel secure in your seat. And that we're going to take the book now, and we're going to reach underneath the legs, past the book, and then reach it up, sitting up tall. Hinging at the hips to come forward and bring that underneath, and then lifting up. So working to strengthen the core and the spine here. And exhale can bring you forward. Inhale can sit you up tall. And again, just moving nice and slow here. Keeping your gaze forward and down. You could even close your eyes. Just pass that book. If you don't have a book, maybe you have another object, or you could even just touch your fingers underneath and lift up and touch your fingertips together. Maybe doing that with the eyes closed. We're going to just change the direction that you're passing. So you hinge at your hips, staying fairly long through the spine. I feel like the chest is still slightly lifted here. Nice. Release from that. We're going to do something very similar, but with the legs apart here. We're going to pass this like a figure eight. So you're going to go underneath the outer edge of the leg, up through the center, grab onto that, and take it to the other leg, up, over, under, pass through the center. So what you'll be doing here is creating a figure eight shape. Passing the book or the item you have in through the center. So again, we're hinging at the hips and staying fairly long and lifted through the spine, and length through the spine, working the core here. And then we'll change the direction, passing that under. Sometimes it just takes the brain a moment to do that in the opposite direction. Again, just giving the body and the mind. A little anchor to focus on. Cross body moving here as well, stimulating both sides of our brain. And just finishing that out. And we'll set our book aside for now. Sitting up nice and tall, we're just going to roll to the outer edges of the legs and then to the inner edges of the feet. So have your feet wide and then just dropping knees in and out, but allow your feet to move with that. So you'll be moving to the inner and outer edges of your feet. You can sit back and lean in, hold on to the chair with that. Just allowing the legs to release here into the hip space. Nice, and then just release from that. Bring the legs in a little closer together. We're gonna lift the right knee and tap it or press a little with your left hand, and then release that. Left knee lifts, right hand touches on. A little bit of a press, and then switching. And we'll take this from side to side. And you'll notice you're rotating your spine a little bit, and with that press and that engagement, you'll also feel the core working. So again, just activating into our resiliency muscles of our core, standing tall with our posture. And then pause at one side, sitting up tall, finding that rotation. Maybe you hold on to your chair with the opposite leg, and then press the hand into the leg and the hand into the leg. Sitting tall, maybe closing your eyes and just taking a few breaths here. Nice, release that. Other side, pressing hand into knee, knee into hand, maybe grabbing onto the chair, feeling that slight rotation in the low belly, low spine. Pressing together, breathing here. And then releasing from that. Extend one leg out, reaching the heel down towards the ground, the toe towards the sky. They're holding on to the chair or hands at thighs and hinging forward. Just breathing into a nice stretch at the back of that leg. And then sitting up tall, we'll take that leg and cross it over the opposite knee. Allowing that knee to just fall out to the side, sitting tall, or walking that planted foot forward if that stretch is really intense, hinging at the hips or even leaning back. I'm just taking a few breaths here. Amazing, sitting up tall, grabbing for that knee, and we'll just hug it in towards the body, leaning back just a little bit here. And then press that foot as you open the arms. Bring it back in towards you, sitting up tall. And one more time, pressing it as you reach forward, and then dropping that down and sitting up tall. Other leg, reaching it out towards the sky, hinging at the hips, and enjoying a nice stretch to the back of the leg here. Nice, sitting up tall, we'll take that knee with you and cross the ankle over the opposite leg, sitting tall or hinging forward or even leaning back. Nice, and sitting tall, we'll take that knee and hug it in towards you as you uncross from the opposite leg. And then kick that leg forward, open the body, bring it back in towards you. And one more time, we'll open that up and bring that knee back in towards you. Excellent. Release that down. And just take a moment and just kind of wiggle out and sit nice and tall in your chair. And let's take just a few breaths in and out together before we close our session. Bringing the hands down at your side. Full breath in, reaching up. Let's bring hands together and down through center, just enjoying a nice stretch to the wrists. Inhale, reaches up. Exhale, palms down through center. And then our last one together, let's make it really nice and deep and slow. Full breath in and complete breath out. Relaxing your hands down at your lap, just taking a moment. Maybe you even close your eyes, soften the jaw. And as you feel a length to your spine and that lift out the crown of your head, you relax the shoulders and just feel into the support beneath you. Kind of feeling gravity heavy in the bones here. And the support beneath your feet and your seat. And how you meet that. One more full breath in. And long, slow breath out. Thank you everyone so much for joining me here. And again, if you've missed any of our sessions, you can always archive them and follow along, use them, and enjoy at your own convenient time on our YouTube channel. And I'll post that in our link here as well. Enjoy everyone, have a great rest of your week. I'll see you next Thursday at 4 o'clock. Bye-bye.